What is going on, Entertainment Hotel? Coming to with another video. Child, I had to put rubbing alcohol on me for this recap because that was just a dirty episode. Okay, we're doing Baddies East episode. I think 15, 16, 16. Okay, so how fortunate they're in Jamaica, y'all. How fortunate y'all come to the Queen of the Downtown Spice land and y'all disrespected like this. Anyways, the girls get there. The homes are beautiful, by the way. So they still have to split homes, which is crazy because you would think they would be able to at least try to accommodate it to where they'd be together, at least for vacation, and we could get some more dialogue and some more interesting scenes versus a whole medical scene like we're watching Grey's Anatomy or First 48 behind the scenes. So Rolly says, and house A is shown first. So they show all the house A settling in or whatever. All the girls got new hairdos. They gave them a break to be able to get their hair done, girl. Everybody came in there braids, niggless braids, twists, okay? Curls out, all right? So house A gets in their house and they start talking about, what happened in New York. And this was the funniest thing to me. Rolly starts to criticize Biggie because she was like, "Oh, Biggie picked up a chair to try to harm ET." Da, 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 da. And ET's like, "Yeah, like that whole weapons thing, like I don't play about." ET, you get on Zeus and you forget everything that happened that we know about you. Did you hit Kenzie with a phone, bitch? Like, y'all girlies tend to forget. I know you're defending yourself, but don't act like this. What bothers me with ET. She got on Zeus and it's like she forgot who she was. Like, I get you have to sort of act, with a little bit more class because you're around the Zeus girlies, but it's like, don't act like you above certain stuff that you've done, girl. Like, you're not with the weapon usage. Wiki that. All right? I'm just saying. I know you was against Naj allegedly using a weapon, but like, you've used weapons before. All right? Because that's how Kenzie had that whole split in the middle of her forehead looking like Harry Potter. All right. Now, what bothers me is the whole acting, the whole bougie thing. Like, it's okay. You don't have to act overtly. You can still be the girl from the South Central with the bougie girls. All right. Now, house B gets to Jamaica and they enter the house. All of them have good energy. They're like, what? They're entering in. Everybody's there. Smiley is always there. Is also there. Okay. Smiley, y'all, is the star of this episode. Now, Anna Max starts to talk about what happened between her and Smiley and her trying to fight her. I still don't even get that whole situation. What did she screenshot off of your phone? What is was it like a medical report? Like, what did she screenshot off of your phone and send to herself? Like that story still is not explained correctly. Anytime Anna Mac talks about it, it's like she's leaving out information. So I'm confused as to what y'all even got into it about. You was defending Mariah, but you and Mariah not that close. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. Okay. Now, Anna Mac, oatmeal pie face. What Faye just said, oatmeal pie face. Now I see why you kept saying all season you were stressed out on Twitter and stuff, and like you didn't look the same because this season this episode we could have played connect the dots, touch my body on your face. I said, ooh. I'm just saying, okay? Apparently, Anna Mac, y'all, she kept saying on Instagram and Twitter and stuff that like she didn't look herself. She had a whole lot of bumps and stuff due to being stressed, and that was a hard time in her life. Clearly, this scene, we seen it. Because I said, ooh, who's that? That couldn't be Anna Mac. All right? Ugh. Anyways, we get to House A, and Sapphire, she wants to be part of House A so bad, it's propulsive. In my opinion, if I was Suki, I feel away. I feel like she sort of threw Suki under the bus in this scene. Like, that's supposed to be your friend. Ain't that your friend? Like, why were you kind of bringing up her opinion on everything around the other girls without her being present? I don't feel like she should have did that. It seemed like she was throwing her bus on the friend to fit in with House A and the House other girls. So she said that she let Suki know that she was wrong about her opinion on everything and what girl should go home. And ET was saying she doesn't like Suki playing both sides of like the whole their situation and stuff like that. So although I do agree with what Sapphire said, because you could clearly tell somebody said, Suki, You on the wrong team. You're in the wrong place, bitch. You know the fans gonna kill you dead. Look at my stilo. You the baddest bitch. That's what we said. Okay. So she took no, and she made sure that she checked the other house because she felt like they were in the wrong. So I think that's why Suki came in with that type of energy. I don't feel like she woke up one day and just had an epiphany. Just had an epiphany. I'm finna go to Tiffany's. She ain't Nikki, bitch. Okay. Somebody tapped her on the shoulder and let her know that. Now, Sapphire also says that Smiley and Biggie are not innocent. My whole thing is Smiley is one thing, a big whole thing. But Biggie's a whole nother thing. That guy was still not proven to hit ET purposefully. So, like, really, Smiley's the issue. Why y'all gotta rope in Biggie? It's like they can only be one big girl on the Baddies cast. Like, it's only room for one big girl. This is not Lizzo's tour, I see. Okay, there's only one big girl. There cannot be any more. Rolly could be the only big girl of Baddies. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, Mariah also mentions that Sky was being messy by, I guess, toasting with Suki, and she said, y'all toasting to a bitch that wants y'all out the house. Now, Mariah, if Sky confronts you about that, don't be feeling the way now. And we've seen Sky be messy on Black Ink Crew. Remember, she was like, you ashy and you oily. You ashy and you oily. When she ashy and you oily. Like with Jada, when she kept poking at Jada. Now that's messy. I haven't seen Sky be all messy until the last season of this episode. That's when we see Sky, do something. All right. Now, Sky and Natalie FaceTime or whatever, and she's letting them, she's like, so we're going to go to a special place in Jamaica. She's letting them know that they're going to invite them all out to have fun in Jamaica to Ocho Rias. I think that's how you pronounce it. So, of course, the girls in House B, they're all excited. Now, one baddie did not make the trip. T. Now, T says she didn't make the flight because she had a family emergency. I call cap. I think the cap is on her head. Better yet, I think Natalie's Jamaican cap is on her head. The one with the dreads. I don't believe it, okay? I'm sorry. I just don't believe it.
It's the cap for me.
Yeah, the cap is on your hair, on the top of your head.
The cap is
the
on
wig
your
is the
hair.
cap.
Okay, the wig is the cap. The reason why I say this is because I feel like she says her mom had an emergency. I feel like she had a flat tire. And T's like, ooh, you have an emergency? Oh, I can't make it. I'm helping my mom out. I just don't believe it. I hope she clarifies that on her YouTube. I really feel like T didn't want to go because she didn't really click and bond with the majority of the girls. So she didn't want anything to happen potentially in Jamaica with her not being in the US, which I understand 100% because look what happened to Smiley, girl. Like, you were going to be around a whole bunch of people you don't really mess with like that. They don't really mess with you like that. God forbid they're going to baptize you in the motherfucking sea, Jamaican sea, okay? And Jamaica me crazy in the sea. So I get why she probably didn't want to go. I just don't think it was due to family. I think that was an out. I think that was an excuse. Because you couldn't be in house A, but then you didn't stay with house B. So if you went to Jamaica, you would have had your own hotel in Jamaica. Like, what's the point, T? Like, you really... T is the ultimate. She really got to the bag. Y'all want to talk a baddie that got to the bag? T. The bitch came. She did her little 1-2-1-2 with Rolly and ET. She stayed in her own corridors, went to the club, and got about her business. Now that's the bitch that got to the bag. Lemmy Pepper, you got finesse, boy. Okay? So on the way to Ocho Rias, Rolly says that, it's humidus. That's why the chips are dry in Jamaica, okay? Humidus. That's how she pronounced humid. You might have went to the same school, bitch, as Scotty, okay? Because the bitch couldn't spell psycho and you can't pronounce humid. All right, y'all went to the same school, rode the same bus. Clearly. Because E.T. was, like, why is the chip so dry? If anybody know them Jamaican plantain chips, which I can't stand them. Like, I love Jamaican food, but them chips, I can't. Okay, the salty ones maybe, but the dry ones, the sweet ones, the sweet crunchy ones, okay, those are the ones I'm gonna eat. But the dry ones, the salty ones, all right. Now, after that, the house B gets on the bus, and the girls start to drink the dark liquor. That Henny is a demon. Just to put that out there, the Henny is a demon. Now, Smiley looked like she took about like 4 to 5, 3, 4 shots, around that amount. Now, last week's preview, they showed the shot o'clock count. She was chugging it. So it looked about 4 to 5 on the preview, right? She gets belligerently drunk off them 4 shots. She's like, ugh. She starts to tip over, tip on it, okay? She, boom, fell on the bus. Tasiki tries to pick her up. She almost blew her back out. I said, bitch, what makes you think you was strong enough to pick her up? I know you eat, but Smiley eats for real, for real. So, bitch, you wasn't going to be able to pick her up. I'm just saying, off of your own strength. Like, Smiley eat in real life. So, like, she tried to pick her up. She almost blew her back out. And here's the thing. This is what bothered me about the scene. Animac, are you TMZ, bitch? Are you Harvey Levin, Mamacita? Because it's giving you're saving footage to start your own Exposing Zeus series. Because every scene we see Smiley, we see Animac. What are you doing? Huh? That's one thing that bothered me. Like, why you gotta film that? That was a little weird. I don't know if she's trying to use that as evidence for later to prove somebody's a liar. I don't know what it is, but the girl is always filming her phone. Okay? Now, Camila and Tasiki had to help her up on the seat. Here's the thing. I think Smiley had a mix. Okay? I think it was the Hennessy. I think it was the heat. And lastly, I think it was the Tic Tacs. Pierre, what's the Tic Tac? Get into a new term. I've said it on here before, though. A Tic Tac is perks, allegedly. I think she took a little bit of those two together plus the heat. Now, Hennessy's nothing to play with, but I think it was a mix. Hennessy, all that stuff that happened to Smiley, that doesn't happen off of Hennessy, especially 4 shots. I think it was a mix. I think before she hopped on that bus, she took something to relax her because she probably knew she was going to get in a fight or two the whole season. So she took, I can hit up Colin, okay? I can hit up Colin, all right? And she took a Tic Tac. I think that's what it was. So I think all those mixed, it was a bad reaction. That's just my opinion as to why I think she started reacting that way. Now, Tasiki calls her an actress. And y'all got to bring up something because it has to do with this. What Smiley's alleged to do this whole episode, I do in real life. So part-time, I work as like a practical actor for this college. So there's this college that I work for where they have occupational therapists that are students there. So every year, students enroll, blah, blah, blah. It's a university. And I basically have to do what we saw Smiley do this episode. So for the occupational therapists, the instructors give us actors a scenario. So let's say what happened to Smiley. Be like, oh, the bitch had a seizure. Like they give you a scenario like, oh, your name is James. You had a seizure. They write it all down for you, everything. It's like a script. They're like, you had a seizure. You're 40 years old. You got 2 kids. You just had a heart attack and your back broke. So I literally have to be like, I literally have to act how Smiley's acting. And I'll be feeling bad because they're like, they hate me, the students, because they say that I'm too realistic with it. And I'm like, ugh. So that whole thing made me think, Smiley, bitch, if you need a job, let me know. Just in case that wasn't real. Because, baby, I really hope you didn't fake all of that. I just pray. Because an Emmy, bitch, you're nominated. A Tony, bitch, you won. Like, whew. So the girls get there and they get off the bus and Smiley's there, still on the bus. So the Samoan twins go check on Smiley. Y'all know the Samoan twins. One of them got their big curly hair, another one got the braided hair. So they check on Smiley. And one of the security guards thought that Smiley was just playing because he was just like, hey, Baddies shot a clock. Wake up. Smiley's like, he's like, Baddies shot a clock. Wake up. Waking her up, right? So she's still just out of it, incoherent. Sky goes and checks on Smiley. This is why we like Sky. She's caring, even though she might smell a little bullshit. She still is a good person and checks on her girl. So she checks on Smiley and checks to see how Smiley is doing. Now, Smiley is still loopy. She starts to give her water, all that. Starts to give her all sorts of water just to make sure that she could, dehydrate herself. Next thing you know, Smiley drinks that water. She's like, Sky pops her. Sky said, child, let me say, I paid you all this money all season, bitch, and you ain't popped the bitch all season. You gonna have to do something in Jamaica. Sky said, say less, and pop Smiley. When I tell you she popped the shit out of her, she said, bitch, it was a mush pop. She mushed and side popped her. All right. Now, Sky ended up getting into it with the Samoan twins because the Samoan twins was like, whoa. And I'm like, what? You should be lucky that a baddie came and helped you niggas. Because y'all niggas was just looking at her like, whoa, wake up, wake up. Like she's just going to listen. So Sky had to snap on him like, hey, chill out. You feel me? Stop yelling. She almost threw up in my face. I'm not going to get thrown up in your face. Anybody would have reacted the same way because that's nasty. So Scotty and Allie join Sky. Nallie's just like, whoa, 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 Smiley, are you drunk? What's going on? Now, Smiley, you have to get it together. You cannot drink when you're outside of the country. Whoa, Smiley. Smiley's just like, she just sitting there, just out of it. Natalie's still like, Smiley? Whole time Scotty's like, Smiley is still out of it at this point. And like I said, I still believe the theory. I think it was a mix. We'll get further into it because this scene was the whole episode. Do I think she was faking the whole thing? No. Do I think she was exaggerating? Yes. The seizing part, I don't believe. Like I said, I work as a practical actor part-time, okay? If y'all ever see on my story while I'm at those universities, that's what I'm doing, Bookie Bats. See, I'll be telling y'all stuff. Now I know a little bit more, okay? So I literally see people acting like Smiley a lot. Like literally acting like they're about to like fall out type thing. And like a real seizure, I feel like didn't look the way that I saw. But I do believe she had a bad reaction to the Hennessy and whatever else was in her system. That's just what I believe. Okay, now that part I think is 100% true, especially if she's not a drinker. All right. Now, the part that made me think that she was exaggerating when she was asking for her son. Okay, she's like, my son. And then she was like, I hate my life. That to me was too coherent of statements for someone that's out of it, close to seizing and having a bad reaction. That to me was really odd. That was really odd. To scream that, where's my son? Literally screaming, where's my son? And the reason why people don't believe Smiley is because of the stuff that she does online. She does a lot of like attention grabbing stuff and a lot of like cloutation type stuff on social media. So that's why a lot of people just do not believe her just based off of that situation. It's not anything to do with, I feel like the show, a little bit with the show and some of the stuff she said, but some of it dealing with some of the stuff that she's done on social media. So it makes it hard to believe her. Now, the way the girls acted, I think was inappropriate than a motherfucker, okay? Now, the security starts to get Smiley off the bus to the medic. My whole thing is that scene was dragged out so long. Zeus, y'all skipped all last week, and then y'all gave us this episode. Now I'm feeling like how them other fans feel. Now, I gave y'all a little bit of leeway. I said, oh, they being dramatic. They should have went out and have fun with their family. Nah, bitch, y'all could have dropped this on a Monday. Put the bitch on the YouTube. Like, this was so long and drawn out, this scene. Y'all could have cut half of it and shown the other at the reunion. Which needs to be like, now we have never before seen scenes of Smiley's reaction and seizure right here and then show it. Because that was like a 30-minute montage. And the medic team took way too long to come. And like I said, the reason I don't believe the season part, she was too coherent to mention her son. I'm literally screaming, my son! My son! Camila in her confessional, she doesn't believe it not one bit. Camila's just like, man, yeah, Smiley, being what Smiley does, she's sick. I don't know. Like, Camila don't believe it for now 1 iota. Okay. Mind you, the medical transportation took way too long. The Jamaican guys that were helping the Zeus crew was just like, where's the medic? Did they pull up? Pull up, pull up. Tell that bitch to pull up. Pull up. He just kept asking for them to pull up. Well, it was taking too long to pull up. Like, way too long. So at the end, she literally begins to seize out of the chair. Mind you, thought before she started seizing, she kept throwing and regurgitating up like fluid. So I don't know if it was the Hennessy or just bacteria that was building up from just the convulsions. Like, it was just bad. She just kept throwing up. Okay. I feel like the way Tasiki was reacting, bitch, shut the up. Whether you believe her or not, this ain't the moment to be like, she faking, nigga. Yeah, look at a meatball. I'm finna make sauce with that meatball. Like, you didn't have to do all that. You could have said that afterwards. Like, I really don't believe that you telling like that in that moment. Like, what if she wasn't faking and she ended up passing away? You would have felt like shit, bitch. Like, god damn. It was not that serious for you to yell at in the middle of her doing that. Talking about she faking. Okay? Like I said, what happened to Smiley was a mix of liquor, heat, and Tic Tacs. Allegedly. In my opinion. This episode made Jamaica look bad by how long it took for the mess to arrive. Zeus, y'all looked horrible because y'all skipped a week for this episode. The scene should have been cut short. And the full scene should have been shown at the reunion. And next episode, Natalie returns and says that she heard that Smiley was in the hospital and said, I'm awake. Now, if Smiley said this, that's more of a reason to believe you're faking. Nobody says that in the hospital. Like, it looked like a whole lot of cap to me. But I don't think it was full of cap. I think it was like a partial cap. I think it was exaggerated. I think she was having a bad reaction. The way that Animac reacted, I didn't like it because you were insensitive. The way Tasiki a Gemini, that's the thing. Them Geminis, girl, those are two-faced motherfuckers, okay? I'm telling you, all right? Let me know what y'all think about this disturbing-ass episode. I saw a lot of y'all in that comments just mad, okay? Leave your comments down below. Please keep it cute or you will get blocked, okay? Let me know what you guys think down below. And we're out, babies.
No personal thing.